everyone, this is Cindy with Creating the Heart, and I'm back with a project share. So this is a little bit different project than something I normally make, but it's definitely in the wheelhouse of what I do, which is to use, paper and envelopes and stickers and all the fun things that we use in crafting. So this is a junk journal, and I've decided to kind of I'm fascinated by them. I actually follow quite a few junk journal crafters, and I'm most interested in making ones that use the same sort of supplies that I use for scrapbooking. And so that's what I've done here. I'm using a tutorial from Creative Crafticality, and I will make sure to link to her channel, to her tutorial, because you can easily make one of these. These are not hard to make. I used all supplies that I already had in my stash. So the actual book is made using envelopes, and I have some Michaels envelopes. They're a little bit larger. They're like a 5 and like an 1/8 or 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, I think. So the size of my album is like a 5 by 7. So that works because it's a little bit bigger than your A2 size card. But anyway, this is how it looks. Here's the spine. It's a 1/2 inch spine, and I used twine. You can see it's not completely centered, but I'm okay with that. And the paper that I'm using is this authentic paper that I got from Tuesday Morning, and it is called Sweetheart. And this is just the cutest paper in the world. It is so adorable, and I'm actually going to use it for another project, hopefully posted shortly after this one or in the same week, I'm hoping, because part of my goal is, of course, to use what I have and to leave no scrap behind if possible. So if I'm working on projects like for Valentine's Day, I've pulled a selection of stuff that I want to use and trying not to buy too much other than things I feel like I can use all the time. So anyway, on the cover, I've used this trim that is a close to my heart trim, and it is got sticky on it. It's kind of weird, but it's got sticky on it, but I did use some glue underneath it to make sure that it stays down. And then I covered it with the paper, and I have a doily from Target. And then I cut pieces out of the paper because there's a paper sheet in here that's got all these little kiddos on it. This one right here. And so I just cut pieces. The other side's a text paper, which I actually really like as well. But I just cut pieces out of it, and it's interspersed in the book. So I put that on top. I might put some other little hearts on here. I've got some really cute kind of foiled hearts from Target that are buried, and so I might put that on there. And then this is the back. That's the envelope. And there's the teeniest of little pockets right here. So something very small could fit in here if I wanted. And then it's just got a ribbon closure. And so when I open it up, and it is a junk journal. So this is a pocket. And this is a pocket the wrong way, so don't ask me what happened there, because, yeah. So there's lace here, and then here, this heart is adhered down, but not all the way, so it's a tuck spot, it's a journal spot, it's picture place, and then it's like a double spot here. There's one here and here, so you can see another little kid that I glued down, and then I did use stickers throughout. A sticker up here for the date. I could put February or whatever month I want to put. And then here I've used a lot of pom-pom trim throughout the book. So inside of here, this one I left fairly plain because the paper is so light. I could like write directly on there. I could put a picture. Kind of left that kind of free. This right here is just a magazine page, like a page I'd ripped out for a recipe, and then I've decided that I probably won't make this recipe. So, and then I've just got a spot that I stapled, and this is ephemera from Main Squeeze. I went ahead and I stapled that, and then I decorated with the scrap here that I used my scallop punch on. And then this I left blank because it was light enough. I figured I could write on it if I wanted, or not, it just depends. And then here I used a paper bag, and then I glued down the sides so it is a pocket, but I didn't decorate. I mean, I put a little strip of scrap here that I scalloped because I can use my white gel pen to write on here. Same with this side as well. It kind of can write here, and then here's a spot for writing. I did use a little bit of stitching. I actually ran out of thread. I needed to rethread my machine, so when I ran out is when I ran out. I'm going to snip this little thread. So I did a zigzag stitch, and then this is just a heart doily from Target, and then, you know, I could put something underneath it, or I could just write, and that could just kind of hide that. And then that's the other side. And then here I just glued down one of the stick. This is a sticker. I just put it on black cardstock, cut around it, and then I just glued the bottom. And then here I have some red pom-pom trim. And then here I have just a belly band going this way. And then this is the other side of an envelope, because I think I put an envelope in here. Yeah, I put an envelope in here. So this is the other side of the envelope that I put here. And so it wasn't big enough to do a lot. So I just put some leftover ribbon or lace I had. And then one of the cut aparts, I went ahead and glued that down. So I could put a picture here if I wanted. I could journal here. I could put a picture here on the back. I could journal here in white gel. So here's a piece of just paper from an old book. I have lots of old books at work. So put that down, and then I just did another heart doily that I zigzagged down there. So hopefully this will give you some ideas too if you decide to make them, you know, different ways you can decorate them. Here is a belly band going this way and some pom-pom trim. And then here I just did a little sticker, and then I put in a card, just like a regular A2 size card. And so I did a little girl that I cut out of the paper, and then just lots of room to journal. And then I've got a doily in the middle, and then here's where my closure is. And then here, this is it's a little pocket, but then I put a staple there, so that was kind of dumb of me. So I'll probably just journal. I could put something here, you know, because I put this there, like right in the middle of my pocket, but I'm not going to stress about that. And then here is another spot for pictures or journaling. And then here's a sticker that I put on black cardstock. It says, "If I know what love is, it's because of you," by Herman Hesse. And then some more pom-pom trim, and then another belly band here. Here is the other side of that text sheet. I think that's probably where I'm going to put pictures. And then here is the envelope. And what I did here is I just used a scrap and then this piece from Main Squeeze Ephemera. And the reason why I put that here is because it was a really kind of weak spot in the envelope. And so this just kind of reinforces that spot. And so I've got a place here to put whatever I want. I can journal all over this in white gel pen. Same with here. Or I could even put a picture. Lots of hot glue bits here. And then because I had my crepe paper out, I just did a ruffle there, which you can then see on the other side, which I think looks pretty cool. So I can do pictures and lots of journaling. I made 2 pockets, and they were made because I used this paper to make this envelope. And when I did that, it created this kind of V in paper, and I just cut that apart, and it created 2 perfect pockets. So it was amazing. So I put a pocket here, and then I've got some ribbon that I've stapled, but this is a tuck spot. I could journal here. And then here I created a pocket or a tuck spot back here. And then this paper got a little whacked out from me putting my my sticker on, but that's okay. It is a junk journal, so I'm fine with that. And then the other side, it's got a sticker. And then here is a paper, the other side of that paper bag. So I stapled ephemera here, which I can write on. I could write here, put pictures. I could slip things inside of here. And then the other side, I also put a main squeeze ephemera. Again, this is the other side of that magazine paper. So I just glued down a little journal spot from the main squeeze ephemera. And then this side, I went ahead and I put that other pocket down along with another sticker that I mounted on some cardstock that I just cut around. And then now I've got like 2 spots to put things as well as journal. Here I did a little bag, and this bag was from Tuesday morning. And so could journal, could put things in it, pictures and so on. And then here is the back side of the beginning of my pages. And then here we have, you know, a pocket right here as well as journaling or a picture here. And then that's the back. And so that is my junk journal. It did not take that long to make. I would say probably maybe 3 hours, but that's because I'm kind of slow because I was using my sewing machine, maybe a little less than that, maybe 2.5 hours from start to finish because I started it yesterday and finished it today. A couple things, I had my hot gun going and ready. If you're going to use your sewing machine, have it threaded and ready, and just have all your stuff around you. Because I'm working with Valentine's, I had Valentine's Day galore stuff around me, and I had already chosen this paper to use for the time being, and just have fun. So the thing about a junk journal is it doesn't quite have to be precise like I feel like a scrapbook has to be. It can be messy and it can be kind of funky because once you put stuff in it, then it really has its own sort of charm. So anyway, I will link to the channel or the tutorial that I used. It was a really easy one and a great way to use up your Valentine's Day supplies. Thank you for watching. This is Cindy of Creating with a Heart.